In my base, it is always messy. So in today's video, I built a chest room with almost 1,000 chests. In my last video, no username were commented, but if you want to be in my basement, just comment down your username in the comments, and I'll make sure to put your name somewhere on a sign in this basement. But yeah, comment down your username. Also, if you want to join this SMP, make sure to go follow Kmart on TikTok, and wait until he's live streaming because that's the only time you're gonna get the server IP. But yeah, so with that being said, enjoy the video. Alright, so I kind of already did the terraforming, and I also got the first material, but I actually need smooth stone. And that's just stone. And luckily there's small nights what? Well, never mind, I guess. Well, then I guess we're gonna have to use the old one. While waiting for all of this to cook, I'm actually gonna get all of the chests. And basically I'm gonna AFK this farm for quite a little while. I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be enough wood. And since this is 14 stacks and 16 chests, we need about 2 times of that in logs to make actual chests. So there we go, this should be enough chests. Next we need 13 stacks and 25 hoppers, which is also 30 stacks and 25 of chests. So once again I gotta go get all of the materials. And in there is not 16 stacks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically AFK the farm for about 20 to 30 minutes. And that should get at least those suitable chests full. Alright, so after about 40 minutes of AFKing, this is how much wood we got. Which is quite a lot, I can't lie. Then I turned it all into hoppers. I think that should be enough. Also, all of the smooth stone is done smelting. Then we need 575 of stone bricks, in which I think this is gonna be enough. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that this was enough. Next we need 6 stacks and 59 of redstone dust. That wasn't really much of an issue. Next we need 6 stacks and 56 of stripped spruce logs. And now that I have all of the stripped spruce logs, I'm gonna start a commentary for the rest of the materials. After this weird interaction, I did a bunch of composters and I think I might have done a little bit too many. I then proceeded to make a bunch of stairs and once again I did way too many. Then I got a bunch of redstone stuff as you can see, and it wasn't that bad because there wasn't a lot of materials needed. And for the comparators I had to go dig into those unfiltered chests for all of the cores that I could find. Then it was all basic stuff and boring stuff to record, so I basically almost skipped over all of them, but yeah. Alright, and now I have all of the materials, but before building you can see that there's going to be some digging that I'm going to have to do. And so this is what I'm going to do right now before building so I can have an easy building after that. That is a lot of building in one sentence. But anyways, after digging I started immediately building. And then I said some stuff but I forgot to unmute my mic, so this is where we're at right now. Alright, so now that all of the filter items are put, I'm gonna have to get all of the items that I want to be sorted. And right here, that's 3 of them, but there's 141 of these. And basically what I want to do is use the shulker input, because if we put it in the right order, it's just gonna go one after the other. I don't really know if that made sense, but it did for me. So here, I'm just gonna put all of the items that are gonna be filtered, and it's just gonna be way more simpler at the end. Now with that being said, I'm gonna get all of the filtered items. So I didn't record any of the process of me getting the items. So yeah, no, you can just call me stupid at this point. Alright, so right now as you can see the first shulker is full. So now all I'm gonna do is put in the shulker input. And as you see it's right there being unloaded into this chest that's gonna go all the way over here. Get dropped like this. And basically it's gonna put 1 block at a time. So right now it's the oak logs. So we're just gonna wait for that to go up to 42 and it's gonna go down to 41 as you saw. And now it's up to the next and then it's gonna be birch and it's just gonna go on and on and on. And yeah, if it stops at 41 it's basically because I wanted it to stop at 41 because at least it's gonna filter one of the items, and now we're gonna know where, like, what is where. And now all I need to do is take another empty shulker and fill it up with other filtered items. This is gonna take a while. And then once again I forgot to record the process. But here's where I am now. That was almost 2 full days. But if we go right here, you can see that everything has at least one item inside. Alright, so now that I've put every materials in every kind of item frames, I can actually start using it. But before I actually use it, this single chest isn't gonna hold all of the shulkers. I instead want to have a button and a lever that makes you drop infinite amount of shulker boxes. And so for that to happen, we're gonna have to move all of this. Instead, we can just move those right here. So now not only we keep the same style, but it also adds a little bit more. And so now all we need to do is some kind of redstone thingies right here that will drop any number of shulker boxes once we press or flick a lever. And now we have all of the redstone, so let's make this quick. There we go. So now that everything's placed, here it is. Basically when you press this, it activates this redstone and it shoots something out. Let's try it. There we go. And now with the lever, basically what it does is that it pushes the observer facing the other observer that's facing him. And it's basically gonna spam this redstone and then spam this dropper. And one thing that we could do is that we could just leave it out in the open, but I prefer having something right there so it matches with the rest. But now we just have to connect this dropper with the shulker unloader. And I'm not gonna use smoothstone because anyways it's gonna be covered. So let's just go get a lot of stone, or maybe not. So let's just go get a lot of cobblestone. This should do the trick. Alright, so now all I need to do is connect around 12 chests to this one dropper. So I think this should be enough storage. So now all I need to do is connect this water bubble into this. And this shouldn't be such a big deal. Alright, so this should be good. So here I am making the bubble thing. And there we go, just like that, it should be done. So now if I were to put in this empty shulker, it would get dispensed right here. Pushed back. That's gonna light this up, yes. Now it's just gonna go all the way over there, go into those chests and end up in here in just a few seconds. There we go. So now with this done, I can finally start moving the stuff. Starting with my inventory. Alright, so now with that being said, this is everything we're gonna have to move. But let's just start with a handful of shulkers. So all of these need to get emptied. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them one by one, and they're all just gonna go into those hoppers, and they're all just gonna start unloading. Then they're gonna go up this thing and you'll get filtered automatically. So right now, as you can see, it is cobblestone, and so if we go all the way up to the building blocks, you should see that the cobblestone is starting to go up. And now while all of this is working, we can start working on the outside. So now this is all of the materials that I'm gonna have to try to get. This is gonna be a little pain in the butt. And then I guess all of the materials that I had was terracotta because that's all I have on footage. But to make up for all of this missing footage, take a minute to listen to this terracotta ASMR. Alright, so the materials wasn't that bad. It's all in those 3 shulkers. There we go, so that should be the right position. And now all I need to do is start working on it. This might actually be a long build, I'm not even gonna lie. So guys, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload something new. And yeah, it was Blueberry. Bye bye!